What is up, Metabolic Living family? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Bella. I'm the lead nutritionist and recipe developer here. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some really simple options for breakfast that are absolutely ideal choices if you are looking to lose weight and feel great. As a trained nutritionist, I do know that at least 80% of weight loss is all about what you eat. Now, breakfast is the first meal that you're going to eat, whether you eat it at 6 a.m., 10 a.m., or even at midday after a morning of intermittent fasting. Regardless of when you eat it though, what you eat is really, really important if you want those results. So today I'm going to keep it really simple, and I'm going to be sharing my two primary go-tos when it comes to breakfast for me. Now, these foods are absolutely loaded with protein, fiber, and water. You may have heard us talk about it here at Metabolic Living before, but research has shown that these three nutritional elements provide not only increased volume, but they're nutrient dense and calorie sparse, resulting in weight loss. Eating protein at breakfast as opposed to sugar and carb-heavy meals like cereal or toast or even sugary oatmeal is going to keep our blood sugar under control and help to avoid cravings and those horrible energy crashes throughout the day. You know, starting off with truckloads of energy right after that breakfast, then 11 a.m. comes around and you are reaching for coffee or even a candy bar. So, what's my first go-to? It is a scramble. If I have 15 minutes in the morning, this is hands down my favorite way to start the day. I know what you're thinking, eggs, really boring. I know it's probably an unsexy answer for you, but this doesn't need to be boring at all. In fact, you can get really, really creative with your scrambles and make absolutely delicious variations of this dish that you absolutely love and look forward to every single morning. So, my basic recipe is always going to be 3 eggs for the base. Make sure you keep those yolks in. They do provide so many nutrients. So what I do is I melt 1 tablespoon of grass-fed butter in a large cast iron skillet over a low-medium heat. When it's nice and warm, I add my whisked eggs and also some sort of veggie. I also like to sometimes add additional protein like cooked organic chicken, wild-caught smoked salmon, or even organic pasture-raised raw cheese. If you do dairy, that's a great option for you. So keeping the heat low, just gently pull the eggs across the skillet using a rubber spatula. Now, just before they are done to your liking, take them off the stove top and let them slightly firm up before serving them. This way, they're going to be really soft and creamy and delicious. Shout out to my mum for giving me that tip a few years ago. It is awesome. So some of my favorite scramble variations, and of course this will differ for everyone. I personally really love a soft scrambled egg, just like I described, with quite simply some salt and pepper, and then pairing it with some wild-caught smoked salmon with a squeeze of lemon on there. I also love a green goddess scramble, what I like to call it, with spinach, sauteed onion, avocado, and then pesto on top. Absolutely delicious. And then another one of my favorites is a southwestern scramble with some diced bell peppers, tomatoes, spinach, and then maybe even a little kick with a little bit of jalapeno popped on the top there. Now, the other go-to of mine, especially when I'm really tight for time, which is more often than not, is a shake. Now, if you've watched last week's video already, you'll know this, but not all shakes are created equally. Now, some are going to be loaded with sugar, carbs, and also excess calories that are going to set off crazy cravings, don't keep you satiated, especially if you don't pop the protein in there, and also a lot of them can push you out of a calorie deficit when you're going to combine them with regular meals throughout the day. So it's really important that you do shakes and smoothies the right way. So when I make my morning smoothie, I always start off by adding a base of unsweetened almond milk or just a similar kind of thing. I also add in some low glycemic fruit such as berries. Very important to me is adding some healthy fat to keep me full, so some avocado is great in there, or almond butter. And of course, the absolute key here to a morning shake or smoothie is a scoop of high quality protein powder like our Metabolic Super Protein. I do also add my secret smoothie weapon every time at the moment, frozen cauliflower. Now, don't knock it until you try it. Not only does this provide additional nutrients, but it actually makes your shake really, really creamy and thick just like a Frosty. Anyway, I very simply add all of these fabulous ingredients into a blender and zhuzh it up, and there we go. Some of my favorite variations of smoothies include our immunity smoothie and also our chocolate smoothie bowl that literally tastes like dessert. Now you can find both of these recipes right here on our YouTube channel and also on the Metabolic Living blog. But again, it's about finding what works for you and adding all of your favorite ingredients while being, of course, very mindful of your goals and of your health. So those are my 2 breakfast go-tos to keep my weight in check, ensure that I'm getting adequate nutrients, and also to set me up for success by reducing those nasty cravings and energy crashes throughout the day. What are your favorite healthy breakfasts? I would love to hear your feedback. Please let me know in the comments below, as well as absolutely any other questions that you may have for me, whether nutrition related, health related, whatever you fancy. Let's have a good old chat. So while you're here, make sure you also subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting that subscribe button and also giving this little video a thumbs up. Also head on over to social media and follow us on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook and TikTok. We are at Metabolic Living. Thanks so much for listening today, guys. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will see you all next week in another video.